Going, all my students. Let me get this set up for y'all. That too big? That's too big. That's good. Welcome to your second Loom session. We are talking about the Monomoy Seltzer water competition. Instead of working in groups, you're going to do everything on your own. However, as a result of having to do everything on your own, I am pushing back everything one day, meaning you have 2 weeks to do this. We'll do this up until April 6th, I believe. And I am slowing down the whole process, which is great because it means that we can talk a lot about the little nuts and bolts of this assignment. First and foremost, what you're seeing here in front of you, which are corporate logos. Every corporation has a logo. If you don't have one, you're going to be in trouble. Here's just a large array of some. Take a moment to look at them all. See if you recognize some. See if you some that you don't recognize. Take note of it. Feel free to ask questions if you don't recognize any and say, hey, what's Mercedes-Benz? It's a car company. What's Nokia? It's a phone company. What's UPS? It delivers things to people. Here's another array of the wide variety of logos that are available to you. Remember when we were talking about typography? Typography is the art of font. Notice how the wide variety of fonts that are here. A logo should have something to do with what it is representing. So for example, the Amazing Spider-Man is written in spider webs, but it's also written on a curve as if the words themselves are suspended and caught within the spider web. These decisions are not random. Your logo does not have to be complicated, and sometimes the simplest logos are the most successful and amazing. The Nike logo was made in 1971 in Oregon, and it's supposed to represent a wing. It has become an icon that's really quite recognized since then. Now, take a moment. You don't have to read this. I don't expect anyone to know what it says because it's not in English. I don't know what it's in. But just think to yourself, what's this representing? Did you think Coca-Cola? You're right, because we don't just read words, we also read logos. And the Coca-Cola swoosh in that classic red is something that we read, just like words. This is clever. This is LeBron James's initials, an L and a J with a crown in between, because he goes by the nickname the King, King James. This is an interesting and clever way of making a logo. Here's another one, Tom Brady 12. You can see the T, the B, and the letter 12 all at the same time. Just look through here and ask yourself which one of these basketball players you think has the best logo. My favorite one, maybe because I'm old school, is the Michael Jordan logo. Like the Nike logo, there's no words or letters in this one. It's the silhouette, which means his body engulfed in shadow, blocked out in shadow from a slam dunk contest. It's a symbol of athletic achievement. This is a really nice one. During World War II, this was a symbol for the American servicemen. When we're talking about the man in the line up above. Any place in the world where one of them went, he would see it. It was found in restaurants, on trucks, tanks, ships, bombed out walls, and almost any place it could be painted, penned, scratched, or chalked. Even during an invasion or battle, someone would leave the symbol where those following would see it. It was a symbol of courage, pride, encouragement, and very definitely a morale booster. That is why it was selected to represent all the service personnel who served in World War II during the war. This is a loving memorial embracing all who served during the World War II years from 1940 to 1945. So during World War II, when the Allied forces, that would be American troops as well as English troops and others, were relieving Europe from the Nazis, whenever they took over a town, they would spray paint or draw Kilroy was here and make this symbol. And it became a symbol of liberation to this day. Another interesting logo. Sometimes logos change slightly. Here's the Nickelodeon splat. All different splats, but kind of slightly different shapes. And Nickelodeon, really, their logo is their font and their color orange. Don't confuse a logo with a mascot. We're going to do mascots next. Here's some mascots right now, but do not confuse logos with mascots. Do not confuse logos with mascots. Okay, so that basically sums up my little talk on icons. The first part of the Monomoy Seltzer Water project is to make an icon for Monomoy Seltzer Water. The product is seltzer water, flavorless. What would that look like? Feel free to reach out to me on my office hours. I think on Monday it's going to be 1 to 2, if I'm not mistaken. And you can ask me on Google Hangout in the chat menu any questions. You can leave comments in our room. And I really miss you guys, and I'm really thrilled to be working with you, though. All right, this is me signing off, and have a wonderful day.